many a times, I'm sure you are just jotting down the ideas. Many times we feel, अरे ये तो मैंने सुना हुआ है, and I know this thing. Just ask one question to yourself: Am I really doing that thing? Because knowing and not doing is equal to not knowing. Because one good action is equal to 1,000 noble intention. So, and it is basically based on the perceptions. Because we know that perceptions really make or break the life. So let us see. How many of you want to be hero in your life? Please raise your hand. So it is a survival mode or survival mode, because we have been taught like that. Ki, according to Darwin's evolution, survival of the fittest happens. So if we are fit, we can be the survive and we can be the hero. But reality is different. Why we follow that route? Because we have been conditioned like that, and because everything has to be questioned. Critical thinking says like that. Everything has to be questioned. So if you want to thrive, survival mode is entirely different. For you, I would like to bring the definition of a hero. Hero is one who, he or she, is highly energetic and realizes the objective every single day. So what is the energy? There are 4 forms of energy which is very important. One is the physical energy, which we see from the people, that it's a transient in nature. Second is the psychological energy. How we get the psychological energy? We get from the reading. We get to listen from the people. Because when we get the ideas, we get the aha moment and we feel, aaj to maja aa gaya. Hai? Then third is the biochemical energy, which is based on the vitamin D and B12. And fourth is the spiritual energy, which is considered to be the highest form of energy. Why we need to learn all these things? Because every person on this planet is living in the escape arrival mode. He or she wants to escape the current state and achieve the desired state. For example, if my body weight is 100 kg, I want to achieve 70 kg. My current state is 100 kg. My desired state is 70 kg. But to produce that desired state, I cannot produce the same with my current identity. Means 70 kg वाले की अदाएं अलग होती है. So this adai is the identity. This identity is what I feel about myself. So we have to change the identity. So who is the villain for the identity and how it is formed? Your own perception. And from where this perceptions comes? Perception I would like to define in such a way that it is a personal reception. Now I would like to just request you to imagine one event. It's a scorching summer and it is raining outside. Now, is it the same? Event is neutral. If you ask to a child, he will say, I am enjoying the event because it's raining. And if you ask to any of the farmer, he is saying, yes, my crop may be destroyed. I'm not enjoying the event. So means, based on the perception, we are negatively and positively charging the event. There is nothing like negativity or positivity. We just charge the event and that becomes the positive or negative for us. So, if we want to be hero, we have to change the perception of the events which is happening around us. So, if we are able to do that thing, really, we can improve the quality of life. Because as we know very well that perceptions lead to the belief. Belief lead to the thought. Thought lead to the action. Action lead to the manifestation. So if we want to improve the quality of life, we have to improve the quality of experiences which is happening in the life. Based on my experience, I have come to know that there are 4 stages of life. One is the victimhood stage of life, where we feel that I am the product of the external circumstances. In my life, what is happening, I am not responsible for that. People around me, situation, even the God, even the luck, that is causing this thing to happen. So we are indirectly sending, I don't have any control on my life. Second is the stage of a achiever consciousness, because society gives us the blueprint. Yes, you are successful, so we feel I am successful. If you are failure, I feel failure. Because anything and everything is event. It is not. It is. You cannot be failure. It is just like a Diwali. Diwali cannot be. You cannot be Diwali. Diwali is an event. Similarly, failure or success is an event. So there are 15% of people who are living in the achiever consciousness. Third is the surrender stage of life, where you surrender to your higher self and you automatically get the things. You feel, I am not deserving that thing, but how I am getting it. So that is the automatic mode of life. It's you can just imagine like that, you are into the swimming pool and you are just swimming, automatically you are swimming. It's like that. And fourth is the unity consciousness stage of life, where you feel one with the universe. You don't separate. You feel I am that person. Looking at the achievement of other person, you don't feel jealous. Yes, you get the inspiration. So this is the ultimate stage of life. So now, how to transcend in between these stages? Because every one of us, one point of time or other point of time, we are into this stage of life. If we just can transcend to the next stage of life, we feel the life is good, isn't it? Yeah. So now, the $1,000,000 question is that how to transcend between the stages of life? Because if you see, life is a movie. In movie, there are frames. So if you just change the frame, flavor of the frame, you'll be able to see the different reality. Because situation is the same. How you see to the situation is going to make or break the life. Now there are 5 frames. One is a blame complaint frame, where we are always saying, blaming the other person, blaming the circumstances, blaming the God, blaming the luck. It's a blame and complaint frame. Most of the people are reactive in nature in blame and flame. Second is the reason frame, where person is highly intellectual. He is always finding out the reason behind that. Sometimes it's called he is rationalizing. I would like to call rationalize reason plus lies. Rationally we are telling a lie. That is a rationalize, because that is not going to yield anywhere. Now, third stage is a mind and body is one. Because whatever you are going to feel in the mind, that is going to be in the body. Because in yoga we say hasya mudra. When we just smile like this for 30 seconds, different sort of hormones is going to be released. One of the research of Harvard University says, when you say I am a winner, everybody say with me, I am a winner. Yeah, because that produces a different set of hormones in your body, like endorphin. Because life is all about the hormones. Once you just see, because you may not have a control all the time on your mind, but definitely you have a control on the body. The moment you change this stature, posture, definitely you are going to feel something different. So that is the reason mind and body is one. Fourth frame is a perception is projection. This is one of the very, very important frame. If somebody is saying me, I am looking ugly, is it reality? What he is saying, he is just projecting his perception of ugliness on me. It means I am not ugly. If somebody is saying you are knowledgeable, no. So it is not the truth. He is just projecting his perception of a knowledgeable person. That is the thing. The moment context changes, everything changes. So this has really helped me to deal with the events when people are criticizing you, when people are saying something about you which you don't like. Definitely you just can apply this frame. Perception is projection, and that can really change the way you are feeling. And last is a responsibility frame, where you need to say to yourself, how I can respond to this event in a better way. Am I reacting to this situation, or am I responding to the situation? This is one of the beautiful frame, because we know that life is a combination of chances and choices. Chances are the external events which are not in our hand, but what choices you are going to take to deal with that event, that is absolutely in your hand. So better choices can really change the chances which is happening around you, and you can really improvise the quality of life. Now this is the golden formula which I was discussing. E plus R is equal to O. Any event, how you respond is going to determine the outcome of that event. Another formula I would just like to discuss with you. At the end I will share with you, because we in the management we learn the formulas, frameworks, and we apply those frameworks in our life, and we find the answers to the problem. Am I right? So I will be discussing 3 more golden formulas at the end with you. Now this is very, very important, because we do 3 levels of communication. One is we are communicating with the world. Second, we are communicating with ourselves, and third is we are communicating with the universe. In schools and colleges we are taught how we should communicate with the other person, how we should communicate with the world, but nobody teaches us how to communicate with the self. And self-talk is most of the time biased towards negativity, because human evolution has happened like that. बोलते ये तो मैं तो मर गया, ये तो हो नहीं पाएगा. Same thing, we are saying it's so difficult. But the same thing, if you are saying in a different way to yourself, everything is difficult in the beginning. You are changing the same thing, you are reframing the same thing in a different way. Because the moment you do it, your programming is going to be changed. And last is the communication with the universe. One of the very good book I have read, and I have just jotted down the learnings of that book, is the Maps of Consciousness by David Hawkins. He has been the psychologist who has studied the humans for 35 years, and he has jotted down the various frequencies. Like it is starting from 0 to 1000. If you are in a same frame, it is 20. If you're in a, likewise, if you're in a courage frame, it is going to be 200. And the moment you transcend upwards, it reaches up to 1000. We all the time are finding the success in the lower planes. Like we are always blaming, complaining, but success doesn't exist in the lower plane. Higher frames are gratitude, peace, love, joyfulness. So in last 1 year, I have been able to apply this thing. I have been able to reverse my hypertension. I'm living a medicine-free life. I have reduced my weight nearly 25 kilogram in last 1 year. Earlier, my psychometric score was 52. Now it is 0. My family members were saying me, why are you fighting so much? Now they are saying me, at least you should fight some bit. So this is the change I have been able to brought in my life. I have been the life coach. I have been able to author one of the book, which is the Amazon best-selling book. And one thing I have learned, that action is very important. Perfection is not important. Because once you take the action, there is life. In life, always there is a scope for improvisation. Even universe is not perfect. How can you expect that you are perfect? If universe is producing some defects, so how you can be perfect? So always take action. One small action is better than 1,000 noble intentions. Many of the things you might have known, might have heard from somewhere, but ask always one question. Am I really applying that thing? If I'm not applying that thing, I'm not knowing that thing. So anything and everything you can do. Only the perception is really breaking us life. Once we just break this perception, we can be the hero. Hero is lying within us. Once we just think about the hero, we feel, I want to be like that. I want to be like other person. No. That hero is lying inside you. When you just look outside, it's just like finding a water in the oasis. You're not going to get the water. But yes, when you introspect, when you talk to yourself in a manner which is desired, definitely you will be able to unlock. Thank you. Thank you very much.